What do I like about sage? I like a lot of things about sage. You know, you get to a point in your life where you realize that you're missing that time to think and to do things and to meet with people that you don't know. Came to Sage on the recommendation of a friend, and I'll tell you, there's nothing that has been more, it's like a stiff cup of coffee. It just gets your heart going, it gets your mind going, and you feel revitalized. Like I've done a topic, the first time I made a presentation, I think the last time I even worked on a presentation was when I helped my high schooler do something at school, and that's been a long time. We love sage. My husband loves sage because I come home all filled up with stories and things. It's been a blessing to my life, especially at this time, and love it.
Hi, my name's Jerry RISHE, and I've been in Sage for about 3 years now, and I've had just a terrific time. We have a variety of subjects every semester. We have about 12 classes every semester, things running from science to literature to history to all kinds of subjects. And if you can't find a subject that you're interested in, I'd be very surprised. The problem I have is cutting down the number of classes that I like, because I want to take so many and there's not enough time. In addition to the classes, the people that I've met, really interesting. Their backgrounds, we have people who have come from all over the world. We have people who've come from all different kinds of professions. We have teachers, of course. We have retired people who have come from the medical services, nurses and doctors. We have attorneys. We have people who have, well, I'll give you an example. We have, one class I took was in spies, and wouldn't you know, we had a spy from World War II in our class. It's just been wonderful. In addition to the classes, the people that you meet, they've been so friendly, welcoming. And we have forums. We have forums with major speakers. We've had Michael Dukakis. We've had Zev Yaroslavsky. We've had Jackie Lacey. We have retreats where we go. We've done plays, readers' theaters. Come join us. You'd be welcome, and I think you'd find it very interesting. SAGE is a terrific organization.
Two things I love about SAGE, okay? I love the people in the classes because everybody brings context to the class. People know their stuff. And I love the obligation to teach one class every term. You can't be a passive participant in this program. You really have to be a participating member. I think that combination is really terrific.
The thing that SAGE does for me is to provide exercise. Now, what do I mean by exercise? I think of SAGE as push-ups for geezers' brains.
I learn something for every class that I'm in. It's fun, interesting people that I would not have met then they weren't the type of people that I just didn't meet these type of people before I belonged to SAGE. The only contact with lawyers I had was when I was in a lawsuit. Now I meet lawyers on a different level, and it's very, very interesting. Also doctors. I found out something today that I didn't know, that the MMR virus, vaccination, they didn't do this in England, and so there was a big epidemic of measles. I mean, even though I come from England, I wouldn't have known this. I left England a long time ago. And it's one of the most interesting things that I do in my life.
I like SAGE for a few reasons. First, I like it because I like doing research on things that I just don't know enough about. It gives me that opportunity, and above all, it gives me the opportunity to share it with others who are interested in various things. And by doing this, I learn from others, and I learn a great deal from my own digging and researching the item that I'm going to present. I've been in SAGE now for 3 years, And my attitude hasn't changed, except that it's grown more and more affection, because I find so many people in this organization with similar likes and dislikes as far as learning goes. And with that uniform feeling, we seem to have a very successful group, always involved in very interesting subjects.
What I enjoy about SAGE is the people. But in addition to that, what I enjoy is learning. And I learned so many different things that you'd never expect to learn when you're doing research, and it's so much fun.
I've been a member of SAGE for about 5 years, and I really enjoy it. The classes are interesting, the people are interesting, and one of the things I really appreciate about it is that I can research topics I never was able to research as a working engineer, and I do it for fun. I don't have to worry about anybody reviewing them, and it's a really interesting learning experience for me.
What I like about SAGE are the people. The people are so fascinating. Their backgrounds are amazing. If you just talk to them like man on the street and they tell you about what they've done in their lives, it's awesome. As well as the classes. The classes, each class I've been in has been inspiring. It's been topics that I know nothing about, and each time I come to a class, I walk away with more knowledge than I had when I walked in. I've been in classes personally where we talked about the Amazon before Columbus, 1492, I think, or 1491 was the name of the class. I've been in other classes where we discuss railroads. Right now I'm in one with rock and roll. There's one I'm taking next semester about the signers of the Declaration. Each class, the topics of the class are very, very interesting. There are so many various kinds of topics to take. There's literature, there's history, there's art, and you, again, are always gaining more than you had before when you were without SAGE. It has come to be quite interesting for me and something I look forward to each and every quarter.
What do I like about SAGE? SAGE is a wonderful community of senior citizens who share with you their life experiences with selected topics about any imaginable topics generated by the membership, and it stimulates your thinking, it keeps you young, lots of laughter and camaraderie and forming of friendships among those of same age and similar life experiences. It is a wonderful experience. I recommend it to anyone who wants to rejuvenate themselves when they're over 60.
My name is Linda Rick. I've been in SAGE, this will be my 3rd year. The reason I like SAGE is my original intention was to stimulate my mind and to be able to stay on top of current events. I've been ecstatic at the quality of people that I have met, and that has become one of the highlights of being in SAGE. The different topics that come up each quarter are amazing, and it's often difficult to decide which one to take. So thank you for existing.
Okay, what do I like about SAGE? Well, actually, I love SAGE because it gives me the opportunity to stretch, to research areas, to go on safari with subjects, and to meet with the loveliest people that you'll ever have the opportunity to come in contact with.
This is my opportunity to be able to speak to all of you today and tell you a little bit about how I came to SAGE. I received a postcard in the mail, and it's the kind of thing that you look at and usually toss, but it just intrigued me when I read what SAGE was about in Cal State Northridge, so I knew it would be something authentic. And it just spoke to me, and so I looked it up online and read about it, and then I called my friend Rita, and I just want to thank you for this experience. This is just unbelievable, the good time, the wonderful people that we've met, and a chance to get involved with some interesting people I wouldn't ordinarily meet, and to learn things that I know nothing about, partly to do with what I'm going to speak about today, so we're all going to learn together. My it's wine fraud that I'm going to speak about today, and the name of the man who completely changed the wine industry and the purchase of wine. His name is Rudy Kurniawan, and I wrote his name on the board because it's a long name. And it's interesting because when I called Rose and asked her for, could I talk about Pope Joan, Taken, then I gave her another name, Taken, and so I asked a friend of mine, I have to speak about some fraud or forgery or lie, and my friend said, oh, you have to talk about Rudy Kurniawan. I was like, well, what? And he said he was a wine fraudster, local. He went to college at Cal State Northridge. He also went to jail for 10 years in 2014. So anyway, I called and got approval on this Rudy guy, and it's a pretty interesting story. And so here I am, and you'll please bear with me because this is my first presentation.
It's an opportunity to exercise our gray cells and keep them from being any grayer. It's a great learning opportunity. It exposes you to a lot of new ideas. It's a great social interaction opportunity to engage with people who are like-minded and varied in their disciplines and interests. So it's really quite a wonderful growth experience and social experience.
I absolutely love SAGE. Good reason. After 4 decades in the classroom, my friends needed to have me talk about something new and exciting. And after 20 years in SAGE, I'm still growing, I'm still learning. It's fun for people to be around me because I have new, exciting things to talk to. Talk about games that people can play on the computer. Nothing is more stimulating than my working on the day that I'm going to be presenting a topic or leading a discussion for a topic. That works the brain. I am so delighted that I found SAGE.
I've been a member of SAGE for 3 or 4 years now, and I've always found interesting classes. Usually I take 2 or 3 classes each semester, and there's a lot of variety. The people are interesting. Topics that they come up with and the people come up with the topics themselves are frequently very interesting. Things that you wouldn't ordinarily think about studying or reading, and it's a stimulating group of people.
I love SAGE. I love all the people that I've met since I've joined SAGE, and the classes have been really fun to do, very interesting. I love to learn. So if you love to learn, join SAGE.